I'm a 1,000-year green tea spirit. My foster mother, the madam, spent her life thinking how to please men. She'd pull my leaves daily, instructing as tea. Be moist and alluring. Your eyes must seduce. Once in a noble house's inner chambers. Rely on tears for favor and resources. I memorized the green tea handbook and prepared for this life to be a favored concubine, famed for ruining the nation. On my capping and wedding day, my dowry held aphrodisiac incense and scripts for a white lotus roll. I always remembered her advice. Advance by retreating, but carried into the Marquis's home. Main gate, 8-bearer sedan, and my veil lifted. I realized I was the legitimate Marchioness in this entire back courtyard. No concubines, no chambermaid. The cold Marquis stared. I feigned tears, but inwardly, I fumed. Wasn't this a domestic fight? 300 years of harem intrigue. Are my manuals for dogs? Suddenly, Marquis raised an eyebrow and chuckled softly.
Madam, no need to show dogs. Just show them to me, the Marquis. That's enough.
Oh no. How can this living king of hell read my mind? Why you? What did you say? I clutched the mandarin duck handkerchief, forgetting to fake my tears. I stared wide-eyed at the man, this living king of hell in red wedding robes. Xiao Jue slowly reached out and brushed hair from my face. His rough fingertip grazed my eye. I said. He continued.
Use sacred harem manual. Use them all on this Marquis.
My heart's 1,000-year-old green tea spirit hit the wall. Inside, I roared. I'm doomed. Xiao Jue's lips twitched, but his gaze deepened. He was about to lean down when a loud bang came from outside. Suddenly, a loud bang from outside.
Xiao, camp brats causing trouble again. Why dawdling here?
A woman in white strode in. She held a blood-stained whip. Mud on her boots. She stepped onto the fruit-strewn bridal bed. I shrank back in fear. Tears instantly welled up in my eyes. I gazed at Xiao Jue pitifully. Husband, who is she? The woman scoffed. She sat on my bridal stool. She snatched the cup and gulped it down.
What's with all this sister talk? How sickeningly sweet, Xiao. Your new bride's too delicate, isn't she?
She boldly wiped her mouth with her sleeve and stared at me provocatively.
Remember, I'm Yi Mulan. Xiao and I are sworn brothers. Grew up together, faced life and death while we rolled in corpses. You were in your boudoir, embroidering flowers.
Outwardly, I trembled. Tears streamed down my face. I cursed. Sharing trousers? Think you're conjoined twins? Kicking down the master bedroom door on our wedding night and drinking the nuptial cup? That's not brotherhood. Xiao Jue's hand, reaching for his cloak, froze midair. He turned his head and gave me a strange look. Seeing Xiao Jue hadn't moved, she impatiently stood up and grabbed his arm.
Let's go. Your brother's awake. You return to lead. It's just marrying a woman. She won't run if left at home. Military matters are urgent, don't you understand?
I quickly extended my delicate hand and gently clutched Xiao Jue's robe. Husband, state matters are pressing. I am nothing. Sister Mulan is right. This concubine is a useless chamber woman, unable to aid my lord. I can only stay, praying day and night for my lord. I subtly lifted my head. A tear clung to my eye, refusing to fall. In my heart, I wished he'd just leave. If he dared step out that door tomorrow, I'd empty the Marquis's treasury, then use his money for 10 handsome young men. Xiao Jue's face darkened. He grabbed my wrist, pulling me into his arms.
Let the deputy handle camp matters. Tonight's my wedding night. Sky falls? Wait till tomorrow.
Yi Mulan's eyes widened.
Old Xiao, are you mad? For this pampered crybaby, abandoning your brothers?
Mind your words.
HMPH. Xiao Jue cut in.
She's this Marquis's mistress. Now get out. Fix that door.
Yi Mulan's face flushed. She bit her lip and glared at me.
Fine. You're ruthless. Let's see how long she lasts.
She turned, stormed out, but stopped at the doorway and turned back with a sneer.
Sister-in-law, Marquisate life isn't as pleasant as it seems. We'll see about that.
Heavy footsteps echoed from outside. I nestled against Xiao Jue's chest. My shoulders trembled with feigned sobs. Tears flowed incessantly. My lord, it's all this concubine's fault for angering Mulan. She risked her life for my lord. I only hold him back. I grumbled inwardly. We'll see. As if I'd fear a mere girl. Tomorrow, I'll make her understand. Xiao Jue gripped my chin, forcing me to look up. He gazed at my tear-streaked face. He chuckled softly.
Madam, how will you tell him why the flowers are so red?
I stiffened. Husband, what do you mean? This concubine doesn't understand. I blinked my watery eyes, trying to bluff my way through. Xiao Jue released my chin and unfastened his wedding robes.
It doesn't matter if you don't understand. Tonight's beautiful, a perfect occasion. Madam, Shouldn't you bring out that box of immortal tupala from your dowry for the fun? My vision went black.
I almost revealed my true form. I screamed for help mentally. Xiao Jue chuckled softly, scooped me into his arms, and carried me to the wedding bed, strewn with dried fruits.
The Mark was he as well, madam. It's late.
Next morning, with dark circles, I got out of bed, clutching my aching waist. Xiao Jue had left for court. After maids helped me wash and dress, I was heading to the flower hall for breakfast when Yu Mulan swaggered in. Today, she wore practical martial attire. She held a blood-soaked tray. The tray slammed onto the Huang Wali table. I looked closer. A wolf's head, still dripping blood. I shrieked delicately from feigned terror. My eyes rolled back. I collapsed onto the maid. I gagged internally. Such a disgusting thing. So early, and I'm a vegetarian. This woman, who only fights, stained my Huang Wali table. She must pay for it. Yu Mulan pulled out a chair, sat, casually grabbed a shrimp dumpling, stuffed it in her mouth, chewing loudly, messily.
Fainted from just this? How could old Xiao marry someone so useless?
She tapped the table with blood-stained fingers.
Hey, don't play dig. It's a rule in our marquisate. For a new bride on her first day, she must show blood to the brothers and acquire a killer's aura. I hunted this wolf in the western mountains this morning and skinned it myself. Later, you'll cook and stew wolf meat soup for the brothers.
I slowly came to, mouth and nose covered with a handkerchief, eyes rimmed red. Sister Mulan, your servant fears. Your servants never killed a chicken. How can I stew wolf meat? Yu Mulan scoffed.
Can't even stew wolf meat. What'll you serve old Xiao? On the battlefield, old Xiao eats raw meat, drinks enemy blood. A woman like you, only knows makeup in her room, is unworthy of him.
She stood up, looking down at me.
Truth is, old Xiao married you just to please the Empress Dowager's decree. Be sensible. Don't dream of meddling in the marquisate's affairs.
I bit my lip, feigning grievance. Tears welled up. Your servant wouldn't dare. Your servant just seeks a place to stay and wouldn't dare contend with sister. I cursed inwardly. This marquisate is mine. An outsider acting grand here. Does she think she can speak? Yu Mulan seemed satisfied with my attitude and snorted coldly.
Would you know your place? Deal with this wolf head. I want wolf soup before lunch.
She said this, turned, and left, not even glancing at me. I looked at the bloody wolf head and took a deep breath. Attendants, I dropped my pitiful look. My voice icy cold. Throw this filthy thing to the dogs. Chop this table for firewood. Tell the kitchen. Lunch is vegetarian today. If anyone cooks meat, they'll be fired and sold. The maids exchanged glances, too scared to breathe. Madam, what about Miss Yi? I scoffed coldly. What is she? Anyway, how dare she call herself a master? I hardened my resolve. Today, I'll show him what a true green tea a master is, the ultimate tea artistry. Just then, footsteps echoed from outside. It was Xiao Jue, back from court. I instantly changed my expression. Tears welled up instantly. I crumpled to the ground, boneless and frail. Husband, I cried out. Lunging, grabbed Xiao Jue's leg. Xiao Jue looked down, brow slightly arched.
What's wrong? Who wronged you?
I pointed at the wolf head, sobbing, breathless. Husband, Sister Mulan said, it's a rule here. I must stew the wolf meat myself, but I'm truly scared. Am I so useless? I can't even do this small task, unworthy to be your wife? I buried my face in his robe, trembling and crying. My shoulders shook with sobs. I screamed inwardly, look at my pitiful state. Quick, pity me, then go scold her. Xiao Jue paused. He looked at the wolf head. His eyes turned cold. Guards, burn this outside. He bent down. He picked me up.
The marquisate has no such rule. Don't mind him.
I leaned into him. I sniffled, but Mulan said, my husband married me only by Empress Dowager's decree. She said she and my husband are like brothers, through life and death. I raised my head and looked at him timidly. My lord husband, do you despise me for being delicate? If you dare say, yes, I'll poison your tea tonight. Xiao Jue's lips twitched. He wiped tears from my face. His voice was low.
No, this Marquis doesn't despise you.
Just then, Yu Mulan returned. She saw me in Xiao Jue's arms. Her face instantly turned grim.
Old Xiao, what are you doing? Just teaching her the marquisate's rules. Must you be so protective?
Yu Mulan strode over and pointed at my nose.
We brothers fight for our lives, yet she won't even stew broth at home. Did you marry her just for decoration?
Xiao Jue stared coldly.
Yu Mulan, I'll say this once more. She's the lady of this marquisate. If you want broth, go make it yourself in the kitchen.
Yu Mulan looked thunderstruck and stepped back in disbelief.
You scolded me for her. Old Xiao, our 10 years of friendship is worth nothing more than her tears. Her eyes reddened, yet she bit her lip, holding back tears. She put on a brave front. Fine. Very well, I've meddled in things that don't concern me from now on. Between you two, Yi Mulin, wanting to
fear. She turned and ran out. Her retreating figure showed resolve and pain. I leaned into Xiao Jue's arms. My heart bloomed with joy. Xiao Jue looked down at me. His eyes held amusement.
My lady, you seem pleased.
I quickly hid my smile and looked worried. Husband, is Sister Mulin angry with me? I truly didn't mean it. Perhaps I should still apologize to her. I struggled to break free. Xiao Jue held my waist tight, trapping me in his arms.
No need. She's stubborn, she'll be fine in a few days.
He paused, then leaned close to my ear.
My lady, if you're truly sorry, how about compensating this Marquis tonight?
A shiver ran through me. For the next few days, Yi Mulin was much quieter. She stopped causing trouble in the main courtyard, leaving early, returning late daily. She spent time with the group of Xiao Jue's deputy generals, drinking, sparring. I enjoyed the new peace, hiding in the backyard, tending my treasures. As a 1,000-year-old tea spirit, I absorb daily heaven and earth's energy and rely on special soil to keep my human form and beauty. I spent a fortune building a small, secluded greenhouse in the backyard. Inside, it was filled with rare tea trees and spiritual herbs from my maiden home. That afternoon, Xiao Jue was summoned to the palace by His Majesty for a discussion. I was in the greenhouse, watering a newly sprouted immortal herb. Suddenly, a commotion erupted outside.
Smash them all.
Not a single pot shall remain. Yi Mulin's arrogant voice pierced the wooden door, stabbing my ears. My heart jolted, my heart lurched. I forced open the greenhouse door, only to see Yi Mulin, with a dozen coarse maids, holding cudgels, smashing potted plants in my courtyard. Stop! I cried out. I trembled with rage. Yi Mulin turned, still holding a pot of a precious orchid, ripped out. She looked at me provocatively.
Sister-in-law, your plants attract too many pests. Old Xiao hates these. I'll clear them for you.
She casually smashed the orchid pot and cruelly crushed it. You're mad. I lunged forward to push the maids away, but they were too many, and pushed me down.
My palms were grazed, and blood seeped out.
I wailed in my heart, my spirit herbs, my centuries of cultivation. Yi Mulin walked up, looked down, sneering. Oh, does it hurt? Let me tell you, in this manor, only weapons are real. Your pathetic weeds aren't fit for our brother's teeth. She looked at the greenhouse behind me. What's hidden in there?
Burn it down.
Don't you dare. I jumped up, spreading my arms, blocking the entrance, my eyes fixed on her. Yi Mulin, if you touch a single blade of grass, you'll have no burial place. Yi Mulin laughed. You, a useless wretch who cries? She shoved me aside, grabbed the torch from a maid, and hurled it into the greenhouse. Asterisk whoosh. Asterisk. The greenhouse held dried herbs. Flames instantly spread. No, I shrieked, desperate to rush into the flames. My ancient tea trees inside. If it burns, my millennium of cultivation is ruined. Just then, an angry shout came from outside.
What are you doing?
Xiao Jue strode in. Yi Mulin immediately put on a look of indignation and met him.
Old Xiao, you're back just in time. I found this woman planting poison herbs in the yard. She meant to poison you. She pointed at the burning greenhouse, swearing solemnly. I saw her brew those poison herbs to add to your tea to protect you. I had to burn these things.
Xiao Jue looked at the destroyed greenhouse, then at me, slumped on the ground, hands bloody.
Poisonous herbs.
Yi Mulin nodded.
Yes, brothers can testify. She means harm.
HMPH, Xiao Jue approached.
Madam, any explanation?
I held back tears and rage and stared at him. My heart despaired. What's to explain? Explain those herbs saved his life? 3 years ago, he was poisoned. His life hung by a thread. I sacrificed 500 years of cultivation to form a tea heart for him that saved his life. Now, he lets her burn my essence and end my survival. Since he let her destroy my root, I'll reclaim that tea heart. Let's all die. Xiao Jue's eyes narrowed. He bent down to grab my hand.
Gods. Take her to the main house. God hosts strictly without my order. No one visits her.
Old Xiao, you should have done this sooner.
Yi Mulin chimed in, triumphantly.
Such a venomous woman should be divorced immediately and thrown in a mass grave.
I brushed away Xiao Jue's hand, leaned on the wall to stand. My face showed no fear. Even a glance at him disgusted me. No need to trouble yourself. I can walk alone. I turned, back straight, and slowly left the desolate yard. I scoffed inwardly. Xiao Jue better pray his life's tough to endure tonight's heart-devouring pain. Back in the main house, the heavy door locked behind me. I walked to the bronze mirror and looked at my pale reflection, then let out a soft laugh. I sat cross-legged on the bed, made a hand seal, closed my eyes, my essence destroyed. Backlash began, bit my fingertip, drew a complex rune, silently chanted, boundless heaven, earth, spirited plants, trees, soul, return to heart, return to your rightful place. As my final spell ended, in the study, Xiao Jue clutched his chest, his tall frame hunched over. Cold sweat soaked his heavy robes. Heart-wrenching pain swept through his body. Your Excellency, the adjutant rushed forward, horrified, to support him. Get away. Xiao Jue pushed the adjutant, his eyes bloodshot, gasping for air. He recalled the assassination 3 years ago that almost killed him. Imperial doctors declared him doomed, yet in his coma, he seemed to smell a faint, elegant tea. When he awoke, all toxins were purged. His internal energy grew greatly. He thought it was just luck, never imagining the truth was so deep. Su Qingwu. Xiao Jue gritted his teeth, saying my name. He abruptly stood, stumbling toward the main house.
Old Xiao, where are you going?
Yi Mulan approached with hangover soup. Seeing his state, she quickly stopped him.
Did that vicious woman harm you? I warned you about her.
Get out.
Xiao Jue ignored him, kicking him aside. Yi Mulan cried out in pain and fell to the ground. The soup bowl shattered. She stared in disbelief at Xiao Jue's back. Asterisk bang. Asterisk. The main door was kicked open as Xiao Jue burst in. I spat out fresh blood, staining my robes crimson. His eyes were bloodshot with rage. She rushed to the bedside and pulled me close.
Su Qingwu, stop this.
His voice was hoarse, unrecognizable, filled with panic. I weakly lifted my eyelids and looked at him. What is it? Is the Marquis here to see the Yang family's affair? I'm utterly delighted. Does ripping tendons and flaying bones feel good? This is only the beginning. Xiao Jue held me tightly, his hands trembling violently.
I was wrong. Qingwu, I didn't know that was yours.
He tried to explain, but I cut him off. Marquis, saying this now, don't you think it's too late? I pushed him away, wiping blood from my mouth. My gaze was cold. Yi Mulan was right. I'm no benevolent person. I infiltrated the Marquis's manor to reclaim what's mine. Xiao Jue gripped my wrist.
Don't you dare.
He gritted his teeth, veins bulging on his forehead. He choked on the blood.
Your life is mine. Without my permission, you can't go anywhere.
He suddenly lowered his head and fiercely kissed me. My eyes shot open. Has he lost his mind? Is infusing his true qi. This forced true qi infusion will sever his meridians. Xiao Jue ignored my struggles, only held me tighter until my pale face regained some color. Then he released me, collapsed on the bed, drained. He looked at me, his eyes obsessed. Su Qingwu.
Listen, 3 years ago, you saved my life. This life is yours. Take it anytime.
He panted, hoarse but firm.
But if you leave me by destroying yourself, I absolutely forbid it.
I saw his pale face. My thoughts went wild. This plot's all wrong. My madam never taught me what to do if the King of Hell went crazy for love. How should I react? Just then, footsteps suddenly came from outside.
Marquis, are you alright?
Yi Mulan rushed in with lieutenants, seeing Xiao Jue weak by the bed, and me alive. His eyes reddened.
Su Qingwu, what spell did you cast on old Xiao?
He drew his sword, pointing it at my throat.
Brothers, this demoness used poison and ambushed the Marquis. Today, I'll execute her for heavenly damn.
Lieutenants exchanged glances. They didn't draw swords, but glared at me hostilely. I gave a cold laugh as I was about to speak. Xiao Jue, though, suddenly stood. He didn't turn but just waved his hand back with a sharp crack. Yi Mulan's sword was hit by a surge of powerful energy, shattering. The skin between his thumb and forefinger split and blood flowed freely. He cried out, stumbling back. Xiao, clutching his bleeding hand, his face showed disbelief. Xiao Jue slowly turned. His gaze was cold.
Yi Mulan, have I spoiled you so much? You've forgotten who rules this marquisate?
Yi Mulan's face paled and he dropped to his knees.
Xiao, I did it for your good. That woman will be your ruin.
Silence.
Xiao Jue roared. His powerful aura made everyone fall silent.
Gods, collect the ashes from the warm room and call an imperial physician to examine them.
He stared at Yi Mulan.
Didn't you say those were poison? I'll show you the truth today.
Half an hour later, the head imperial physician rushed over with his medicine box. He carefully examined the ashes and sniffed the lingering scent, then suddenly trembled with excitement.
Marquis, this is the legendary immortal herb.
The old physician fell to his knees, his aged face streaming tears.
Such an immortal herb, even a single leaf, could revive the dead, grow flesh on bones. Who could waste heaven's bounty so? To reduce them all to ashes.
Hearing this, the place fell silent. Lieutenant's gazes at Yi Mulan changed. Yi Mulan slumped, face ashen. Impossible. No, they were poison. Xiao Jue stared down.
Yi Mulan, you destroyed immortal hopes and tried to murder the lady. What crime do you deserve?
He paused, his tone chilling.
Gods, drag Yi Mulan away and give her 50 lashes, strip her military reign and expel her from the marquisate.
No. Lord Xia, you can't do this.
Yi Mulan finally reacted, shrieking, lunging at Xiao Jue's boots, but he recoiled in disgust, her hair disheveled, no trace of a comrade's gallantry, just a shrewish, jealous woman. My father died for you. You promised my father you'd care for me. For this woman, you ignore your savior's dying wish? She played her trump card. This was why she'd been so dominant in the marquisate all these years. Xiao Jue's eyes narrowed. The lieutenants around them seemed reluctant. Marquis, Mulan, though she made a grave error, but General Yi, after all, an emboldened lieutenant pleaded for mercy. I leaned on the headboard, watching this farce, and almost burst out laughing. I scoffed inwardly. His true benefactor is here. I pushed the covers, walked barefoot to Xiao Jue, gently linking my arm in his. Husband, let it go. My eyes were red, my voice weak. Sister Mulan was just worried. General Yi was kind to my husband. If, because of me, my lord were deemed ungrateful, I'd be blamed, even dying 10,000 times. I turned to Yi Mulan and forced a tolerant smile. Sister Mulan, if the herbs are ruined, so be it. As long as my lord is well, my small grievance is nothing. I thought, a pity contest? Then let's see who can discuss the other to death. Xiao Jue heard my thoughts. His body stiffened slightly. He turned and clasped my hand. His thumb gently caressed the scrapes on the back of my hand. His gaze turned cold. Madam is magnanimous, but this Marquis must distinguish right from wrong. Xiao Jue looked at Yi Mulan. General Yi's kindness. This Marquis repaid protecting you 10 years. It's long repaid. He suddenly leaned down. You think this Marquis doesn't know why your father died in battle? Yi Mulan's body trembled violently, staring at Xiao Jue in fear. You. Xiao Jue straightened, didn't look at her, drag her out, beat her. Dull thuds of staff hitting flesh, mixed with Yi Mulan's screams, echoed through the courtyard. Adjutants froze in fear. None dared plead for her again. After 50 staff blows, Yi Mulan was dying, her lower body a bloody mess, thrown from the Marquis's manor. The courtyard fell silent. Xiao Jue waved everyone away and closed the door. He turned, looked at me, his gaze held deep meaning. Satisfied, madam? I blinked and looked at him innocently. Husband, what are you saying? I don't understand. Xiao Jue pressed closer, forcing me to a corner, hands on the wall by my ears, trapping me in his embrace. Don't understand? He leaned in, warm breath on my neck. I shivered. Perhaps madam can explain what it means to curse me as a living King Yama in your thoughts and wish me to go to hell. I gasped. Oh no, I was too busy watching. I forgot he could hear my thoughts. Should I kill him to silence him? But I'm not strong enough to defeat him. Xiao Jue chuckled softly. I felt his chest vibrate. Kill me to silence me? Madam is welcome to try. He suddenly parted his lips and gently bit my earlobe. But first, shouldn't you fulfill your duties as Marquis? His bite made me limp, nearly losing my footing. Husband, I was startled today, and I'm unwell. I tried my usual trick of faking illness to escape, but Xiao Jue wasn't fooled. He swept me into his arms and strode to the bed, pinning me beneath him. No matter. Didn't madam say that as long as this Marquis is well, a little grievance is nothing? His deep eyes burned, a dangerous flame. The Marquis is quite ill and needs your personal care. I was beyond tears. Xiao Jue froze. His eyes grew dangerous. Ruffle madam, concubine aunt, take money, manage accounts. His fingers parted my cock, his tone chilling. Madam, your purpose in this marriage isn't pure. Tonight, this Marquis will interrogate your little head for treasonous thoughts. That night, I was forced to confess all. Not only did I reveal my aunt's teachings, but also forced to demonstrate the various affected, artificial techniques. I was so utterly exhausted, I couldn't even curse, couldn't even complain. The next day, it was late morning. Before I woke up, Xiao Jue was gone. A maid entered with bird's nest porridge, her face beaming. Madam, you're awake. Before Marquis left, he gave orders. He ordered all storeroom keys sent to you. This Marquisate is now yours. I looked at the heavy keys. I snorted coldly. Good, he knows his place. Slap me, then offer a treat. Thinks I'm easily placated. With household authority, I could scour the Marquisate for rare treasures to restore my essence. For the next half month, the Marquisate was peaceful. Every day, besides food, drink, and leisure, I'd use ginseng and deer antler from the Marquis's storeroom to nourish me. Xiao Jue obeyed my every whim. He said nothing when I turned his study into a warm room. Until today, a malicious rumor suddenly spread in the capital. It claimed on Xiao Jue's wedding night, a bride was swapped out. The Marquis's current mistress, a brothel demoness, who brought misfortune and death to General Yi's daughter and used dark magic to bewitch the Marquis. The rumor was incredibly vivid, detailed, even naming my madam aunt. I sat in the warm room, listening to the maid's report. Madam, the rumors are truly dreadful. They say They say you. The maid was so anxious. Tears streamed down her face. I tapped the sunflower seed shells in my hand. Then I let out a cold laugh. They call me a demoness. No need to guess. It was Yi Mulan. Kicked from the Marquis's estate, lost her military rank, her reputation ruined. She wouldn't swallow such insults. Where is the Marquis? I asked. The Marquis was summoned by His Majesty. They say there's border unrest. The maid replied. I narrowed my eyes. Xiao Jue had just left, and rumors immediately flew. This wasn't just for me. It was a ploy to use my background to attack Xiao Jue, undermining his military authority. Someone, prepare the carriage. I stood up and smoothed my cloud brocade gown. Madam, where are you going? To the tea house. To hear stories. I want to see what else Yi Mulan can stir up. At the capital's Jushian tea house, the place was bustling. The storyteller gesticulated wildly, spitting as he recounted of the demoness who ruined the Marquis's estate. Listeners, you don't know that demoness isn't just foxy and bewitching but also skilled in harvesting and nourishing. Alas, poor Miss Yi, a general's brave daughter, that wretch cruelly exiled her. Now she roams the streets, a tragic sight. Customers below cursed loudly. I sat upstairs in a private booth, veiled, coldly watching the hall below. A woman in a bamboo hat sat there. Though she tried to hide, I knew instantly. Her sickeningly fake air. Yi Mulan. She didn't just stay, she even colluded with Xiao Jue's enemies to use public opinion to kill me. Madam, shall I tear that storyteller's mouth? The maid trembled with rage. No need. I picked up my teacup and took a sip. Tearing mouths is uninteresting. If one slaps a face, it must be before everyone and expose his true colors. I rose to my feet, directly lifting my veiled hat, and walked out of the private booth. Asterisk bang. Asterisk. I grabbed a celadon vase and violently smashed it in the hall. The crash silenced all noise. Everyone looked up in shock. In a red gown, I stood by the railing, looking down at the crowd. Storyteller, you claimed Miss Yi was destitute. A sight too tragic to behold? The storyteller was startled and stammered, asking, You, who are you? I'm the demon woman from the courtesan house you spoke of. Su Qingwu, Marquis' lady. The hall erupted. Malicious glares hit me. Some even picked up peanut shells to throw. I showed no fear. My gaze locked on Yi Mulan in the corner. Yi Mulan, since you're here, why hide? Why not tell everyone how you became destitute? Yi Mulan trembled, unable to hide. She ripped off her hat and glared at me. Su Qingwu, you harlot. You ruined everything. Today, before all Shanjing citizens, I'll expose you. She limped to the center, lifting her sleeves, revealing whip marks. Everyone, look, she made the Marquis do this. My father died saving the Marquis, yet he couldn't stand me. He accused me of destroying plants and tortured me into confessing. A furious roar erupted from the crowd. Viper, get out of Shanjing. Yi Mulan looked at me triumphantly, her eyes filled with vengeful pleasure. I looked at her, finding it ridiculous. Yi Mulan, you claim your father died saving the Marquis, but dare you tell everyone why your father fell into enemy lines then? Yi Mulan's face changed, her eyes darted away. You, what nonsense is this? Battlefield matters. What would a woman like you know? I gave a cold laugh. From my sleeve, I pulled old letters and scattered them from the second floor. I may not know, but this is clear. The papers fluttered into the main hall. These are secret letters from then, detailing your father's dealings with the enemy for military gain. He exposed the Marquis's location, trapping the Marquis in a siege. She was silenced by the enemy. His death was well deserved. It has nothing to do with Marquis Jue. The hall fell silent. Someone picked up a letter and read the signature seal. Heavens! It's General Yi's seal. Yi Mulan, frantic, lunged for the letters. Her face was ashen. Fake. All fake. You forged them. Forged or not, Delhi Temple will know after investigating. Xiao Jue, in a dark python robe, his expression solemn, entered the tea house with brocade guards. Xiao Jue's appearance silenced the tea house. His killing intent was palpable. Onlookers who'd clamored to expel me from Shanjing now shrank their necks, wishing they could vanish. Yi Mulan slumped, staring at Xiao Jue. Xiao Jue, tell them these letters are fake. My father's a hero. He didn't betray the nation, did he? Xiao Jue walked to her, looking down at her. His eyes held no warmth. These letters were personally retrieved by this Marquis 10 years ago from your father's camp. Her eyes widened. She stared at Xiao Jue, stunned. You knew. Then why keep me and let me act so arrogantly? Xiao Jue cut her off, his tone mocking. Because your father, before death, gave the border map to the enemy. This Marquis kept you to lure out enemy spies in the capital. He waved his hand. Guards stepped forward and seized those inciting trouble in the tea house. The net is cast, your piece is useless. Yu Mulan broke down. The favor she was proud of was a joke from start to end. She burst out laughing, tears and snot streaming. Xiao Jue, you're ruthless. You even plotted against me. Take her to the Grand Court for punishment. Xiao Jue didn't glance at her. The embroidered guards dragged Yu Mulan out. The tea house was so quiet, a pin dropping could be heard. Xiao Jue raised his head. His gaze swept the crowd and spotted me on the second floor. His stern eyes, when they met mine, softened. He ignored everyone else and strode up the stairs. He came to me. My lady, I'm late. He tucked a stray hair behind my ear, a loose strand of my hair behind my ear. I looked at him. My heart couldn't help but inwardly rant. He'd clearly set this up long ago, yet he waited for me to scatter the letters, then appear. Did he think that made him look dashing? Xiao Jue's fingers paused slightly. A helpless smile touched his lips. My lady, if you deem me not handsome enough, when we return to the manor tonight, this husband can wear his uniform for my lady's enjoyment. My face flushed. I glared at him. Who wants to see him in uniform? Shameless. He chuckled softly, then swept me into his arms. Marquis, what are you doing? Put me down, I gasped, and hid my face in his arms. Take Xiao to the manor. Xiao Jue held me and walked down the stairs. Through the main hall, onlookers bowed, made way. No one dared gossip. In the carriage, I leaned on Xiao Jue, idly playing with his jade pendant. When did you learn of those letters? I asked. 10 years ago, he answered without hesitation. Why let me scatter them then? I wondered. Xiao Jue lowered his head, met my gaze, his expression earnest. I want everyone in the capital to know that you, Su Qingwu, are no mere sheltered lady, easily manipulated. You are the true mistress of the Marquis's manor. With the Marquis backing you, you can do anything. Live freely and boldly. I was stunned. My heart raced. The king of hell is deadly with love words. Xiao Jue heard my thoughts. His smile deepened. He leaned close to my ear. His voice was low and husky. My lady, how will you reward me tonight? I pushed his face away and snorted coldly. Your reward? Sleep in the study tonight. Xiao Jue chuckled, pulling me back. Sleeping in the study is fine, but my lady must join me, or I won't sleep. The carriage rumbled on cobblestones towards the Marquis's residence. I closed my eyes, feeling his firm embrace. To hell with those power struggle guides. In this life, before this mind-reading King Yama, I don't need to pretend anymore. No matter what I become, Xiao Jue will always catch me.